and he will be speaking about the cultural heritage of Ukraine in 3D. Thank you. I will tell you about our practical experience as how we try to preserve the cultural heritage of Ukraine, which suffered so much during the war, and even before the war, it suffered because of lack of technologies, digitalization, and proper safeguards. And because of those drawbacks, people have no free access to Ukraine's heritage and history. People around the world know next to nothing about Ukraine, and very often they just know that Ukraine is a place where a war is going on, and that's it. This year, our company, together with Ukraine Incognit, which is the largest local studies site, developed an initiative, a project rather, which is called Cultural Heritage of Ukraine in 3D. We digitalize a lot of information about heritage objects, and we provide this information. The method of digitalization which we opted for is the most efficient. As of today, we've carried out more than 10 expeditions and more than 30 digital copies have been made for Kyiv and Cherkasy oblasts. The goal of the project is pretty much straightforward, and this is something that our neighboring countries have been through already. This is about popularization and custody of information of cultural character. We can use one and the same model for many purposes, as a matter of fact. Just take a look at this scheme. We have an object of our research, for instance, a building. And thanks to our model, which we did with the use of a photo camera and UAV, we used the Phantom UAV, a photo camera, and then we processed it in reality capture, which is a software for 3D imaging, not for orthophoto plans, but they can do orthophoto pictures as well. And this model can be used anywhere. We can use CrossCloud or Sketchfly program. We can provide a virtual tour. We have a cloud of dots. We can use cloud of dots received from radars or from drawings without any problem. Orthophotos and drawings of facades, if this is a building, and digital elevation model. We also, there is a project, Old Cemeteries of Ukraine. This is a research about the Cossack burial places. And through the analysis of the surface, you can read the epitaphs on the tombstones. This is Kolodestovka and Zaleznyachka villages, which we researched in the Zaporizhia Oblast. There are very important Cossack burial places there. Even the locals are largely unaware about those cemeteries. Those crosses were made of sand 200 years ago, and those crosses are Cossack crosses, which prove that back then there were free Cossacks living on that land, which refutes the myth that Russia is spreading, that Ukrainians are not indigenous there, that it has always been Russian indigenous land. But these crosses in these burial places prove otherwise. Unfortunately, these cemeteries are not included into any registered of protected zones, and they can be just bulldozed for construction or something like this. And that will be very unfortunate. So we made orthophoto plans in 3D models, and you can see them in this slide. And this made it possible for us to read the epitaphs on the crosses. And this is about architecture, the wooden churches. In Kyiv Oblast, Lipovy Skitok village not far from the town of Vasilkiv, and also Tulinci and Pidgirci, villages not far from Kyiv. There are also wooden churches there, and those models were done with ordinary drawings. They can be used as a virtual museum or for research purposes. If there is some restoration there, you can figure out how much wood or bricks was damaged or missing that should be replaced, and so on. This is the town of Boguslav in the south of Kyiv Oblast. There used to be a Jewish school in that building. Then Gestapo had its headquarters during the Nazi occupation. So we did the 3D drawings of that building, and the accuracy, precision is about 2 centimeters. All the sizes and all the parameters are there, and that can be very helpful for builders or for restoration workers, because you can see where the tiles got detached, where the bricks are missing, or the wood has decayed. It's really very helpful. This model is made just by a photo camera and a ruler. You don't need an expensive laser scanner or tachyometer. And it is with the use of these very simple tools like a camera and a ruler. Once you know the technology and the right approaches, you can get very detailed information.
Це міністерська школа. Будівля в поганому стані, в неї там стіни починають падати. І от для збереження її також зробили таке дослідження. Тривимірна модель, обмірні креслення.
3D model and figure here. It's interesting to see that this is analysis of their surface, and here you see inclination from vertical. With the green, it's the biggest deviation. The building is in a shabby state, and we can clearly see the state of the surface in terms of deviation from the vertical line. This is one of not many remaining wooden cottages in the town of Boyarka. It used to be a sort of a resort in the town after they built a railway over there, and people with moderate incomes started to build their summer cottages. So, and this building remained because it belonged to the children's clinic, the hospital. All the other wooden cottages were ruined or destroyed. Though there were many of them. This is again the measured figure. We have the sizes. This is a church in Lipový Skytok, 3D model, textured. And we see on the first figures, we added to the ortho photograph the distance marking. So the lighter the portion is closer, the darker it is the further. This is one of the recent models, the village of Shevchenkove, where Shevchenko was born in Cherkasy Oblast. There is such a mill, windmill. There is an idea to restore it, to install wings, because inside it is more or less intact, almost functional. And now, on the basis of our images, they are developing the restoration project, and maybe in the future it may become a museum. This model, we also used for test 3D printing. This is a very detailed model with all these curves, and all the small details are visible at this model. So there are quite big opportunities. That is briefly what I wanted to tell you. And in conclusion, I would like to say that many people know and understand technologies. What I showed is now, it's not a know-how. All this has been used in Europe for more than 20 years, I know.
Звичайному фотоапарату і лінійці.
And even using just a regular photo camera and a ruler, you may do a lot of work to preserve heritage and make it known to people. There are many platforms which could be used for this, like Sketchfarm, CrossCloud, and others. So there you could upload these models, and on the basis of them, create virtual museums. Now there are many projects of making digital catalogs, digital copies of museum exhibits. Thank you.